Hello again, this is Tango Awareness 9. So in this episode we're going to view some what I call women's technique exercises. We call it women's technique, but if you are a leader and you want to do them, you can perfectly do them so. Before we do the exercise, let me give you some pre-talk of why we're doing these exercises and the way we're doing them, so you have a clear and better idea of what to look for in your followers' training. So our objective is for a follower so you can move and do everything by yourself without the need of your partner. And the reason is because the better you can move by yourself, you understand, then the less need you have of grabbing your partner and pushing and pulling him. So the more you do these exercises, the more you will be able to not only be independent, because that is just the first stage, but also to be contributing when, for example, it happens that and it will happen, that you don't have a partner that is at your own level. So basically you have to put something of your movements to help this other person out. That is, of course, because the main objective is so you can dance with as many people as possible. It doesn't mean you always will have to contribute or promote, but in the majority of cases you will. Because also the reason is, even if you are dancing eventually, you know, with the best dancer you've known, do you understand? Even that person cannot lead 100% of the time everything perfect, you know. So there's going to be times on those dances, even with your perfect dancer, that you will have to contribute so the dance happens for you and for your partner. So, being that said, the exercises, all the exercises of women's technique is about you moving by yourself and acquiring the skills and the abilities to dance by yourself. So the first exercise I want to introduce to you is, for example, let me show it to you like this, sideways. She's going to be doing back crosses. Normally, how would you lead back crosses? Are just grabbing by the hand and doing this, right? So the exercise is that she does these back crosses by herself. So you put your hands like this, my hands like this, they are not touching, yeah, and you do your back crosses. That's it. The objective is so you keep your hands as close as my hands as possible. There you go. That's perfect. That's super nice. So if you are more a beginner, see, you won't be this fluid in doing this. Doesn't matter. The point is that you don't touch each other. Do you understand? So she learns how to move her own body without the need of any help. Especially for this, which is a very basic movement. So she can keep doing that. There you go. Yeah. I don't know why, but women love this exercise. There you are. Yes, and keep your hands next to mine. That's the job. That's right. So once, that's good, keep doing that. Yeah, good. You can rest now. So I just stopped a little bit because this exercise is good to do it a little bit and stop. You know, don't overuse it. Why? Because muscular is kind of demanding. So you do it a little bit and you rest. Again, the thing is to put hand by hand very close without touching. Why do we put the hands by hands without touching? Because, as you noticed, she was doing the exercise, and it's inevitable that at one point in the movement you're going to lose balance. You understand? Why? Just because you are a human being and you are on planet Earth. No matter what level of dancing you are, yeah, you're going to lose balance. So the practice and the training is on how to recoup that balance. Yeah? And the way you recoup it is on your own, without trying to grab your partner. So, when we put the hands very close to each other, what we are doing is that we are kind of stimulating, you know, that zone. So I know in the video doesn't show up, but you will see when you practice it that sometimes they lose balance and they will try to grab you. So by telling them no touch, what they are training now is that when they lose balance, instead of using this option, see, they are looking for their own options to resolve the task that they are doing. So basically, we do this just to entice them. You know, that's why it's important to have the hands like this. So let me show it to you again, right? And do your back crosses. There you go. And the hands very, very close. So once he has it, what you have to ask for is bigger steps. There you are. There you go. Bigger steps until you start to make. There you go. That's it. So that's your limit, you know, and that's cool. That's cool. Keep your hands and don't touch. There you go. It's hard to tell a beautiful blonde not to touch, but you have to do it. Nope. There you are. And bigger steps. That's it. That's it. Super. Thanks. So, the second thing you do is that while you do this, you ask for bigger steps. The reason you ask for bigger steps is that so you create a big necessity, right, that she needs to do bigger steps. So you take her to her limit, to the extreme of that movement. And what that does is that it resolves hundreds of technical issues at the same time. Let me explain it to you from another point of view now. Usually, for a beginner, when they get this exercise explained, they have someone telling them that they have to step, they have to collect their feet, they have to have their legs together, and then they have to rotate, right? Okay, so that's one explanation of it. But with the system I developed, see, instead of having to describe to you all of that, see, what we do is that we go to the maximum that you can for that day. For example, I'm going to exaggerate so you can see what I'm talking about. If I do a big step and then I have to rotate like this and turn around, yeah, When I do a bigger step that I'm used to, believe me, this creates the sensations that your only chance to survive the exercise is to put your legs together. You understand? So that's why you have to ask to your partner bigger steps. And if you are a follower, you should always be looking for the maximum that you can do until it feels like it's not that comfortable, let's say, at the edge, not uncomfortable, but at the edge. So that will create the necessity for your body to resolve dozens of technical issues at the same time. So you will be learning from experience instead of from a description. So this is the exercise for today. I'm going to adapt just one more, which is front crosses. There you go, same exercise. And make sure your hands are next to mine. There you are. And once they have it, automatically bigger steps. Yeah, no touching. There you are. There you are. Cool. Thanks. So, back crosses and front crosses. Remember, keep the frame comfortable, relax, happy. See you in the next class.